Hello, welcome to a new video. In this video, we're going to bring our sketches to a cleaner and final version. To start, the layer we had, I'm going to bring it to a 50% opacity so I can draw over it to a point that I can see it as a reference. And now I create a layer on top of it, select black color for my brush, like this. As a shortcut, if you find it easier, pressing the selected colors automatically go back to the default. Back to black for the front and white for the back. And well, let's start. Let's see. Things that I'll respect from the original sketch we had are the shape of the silhouette we had, these, and this. I don't think the cheeks were that wide, so we'll bring it down a bit. From this side, the ear. This side is well done. Under the ear, the zone of the chin, exactly the curve it had. It's not all around the basic shape it had, but here I'll cut a bit more the curve. And I'll bring it a bit upwards in order to give it that joint with the end of the cheek. And you get this little bag I'm going to draw now, which is this one here. If you notice, when it ends, there's a second little curve, not as marked, but we could insinuate in order to remark the thickness of the character. So ending this here. I make this a bit longer upwards. Yeah. And leaving these would be done. So now let's go to the top part. We have the hair, which if you notice here, we can see the receding hairline a bit despite the 3/4 view. So we can put some hair here in front of the shape, which for staging purposes, I'll make it like circular, and another curve here. Now the shape is like a C, and there's a peak here. So curve and a little peak here. So in order to simplify it, because remember, we're looking to simplify the character from the photo towards the drawing. So bringing these to simple shapes is much better. Remember, this is a sketch. The line doesn't have to be finished because over this will make the final line. So the hair, if you notice, it's a bit longer. One would think it's the shape of the head, but it's actually the length of the back of the hair. And now we're going to do the ear. The way I used to simplify the ear shape, because sometimes there's elements in people that one doesn't know how to portray. So, all the contents inside the ear, I draw them like this. Let's say this is our ear. And in order to simplify, we make a curve in the ear's direction. Notice that it's not like we're following the outer shape of the ear. Instead, what's happening is that this part here is thinner than all this part here. So the shape of the ear is a small curve and a smaller one inside. And with this, we have a simplified ear. So we're going to do this on our character. So we have the ear here, a curve, and a smaller one. These two. The other ear, which actually wouldn't be visible, because what I'm going to do now is I left this space blank because the eyebrow has a small bump on it. You can notice it in all of them, and it's part of the character's silhouette, so we'll respect it. Something like this, small bump. And now we join it to the top part. Now, the eyebrow protrudes exactly from the middle of that bump. Now, notice the shape of the eyebrow is almost straight. I mean, it's not that it is either very high or very curved, but it's almost straight, and at the end it goes down a bit. I'm going to simplify it, and I'll only do it as two curves with the ends a bit lower. Towards here, and it goes down. Done. I like it. I like it there, yes. Now, this sideburn here, I'll shorten it here. And the hair, as we said, it's combed towards the back. And it's longer around here. That's it. More or less there. The nose, which was a ball, it's actually not a gigantic ball. It's a big ball with two small balls at the sides. Not completely shaped, just half of them, kind of. Then it would be following the eyebrows curve. We go down a little. And here's where the big ball is. Notice that it's this shape, but without closing it. It's kind of a slight curve here, almost insinuated, and two little balls at the sides. And it's done. Now I'm going to erase a bit the border of the big circle, and we'll keep this shape. Perfect. Now the eyes, see that though he may be happy, though he's not serious, he always has his eyelid a bit low and leaves the eye with that sleepy, bored feeling. So we'll portray that to a drawing. So how can we do that? Well, we make a couple of spheres. Let's make them big, because remember we said that the eyes were round and a bit bulgy. Let's say there's two of them. And now we'll place the eyelids halfway these eyes. Something like this. Done. This should be a bit curvy. That's it. Couple of lines for the eyebrow. Notice that he has these two lines insinuated almost all the time. Here too. Here you can see them too. So let's put one here and the other one here. 1, 2. And now let's make him look towards us, that his pupils are looking towards here. Then let's say it should be around here or here. Be careful, because if you do it a bit more to the left, the character would look like cross-eyed or something. So there and there. Now it could be a bit higher, because what's happening? The expression we can see in his eyes, the more we hide his pupil, the more he looks sleepy and tired. Let's say this is the eye, okay? If we draw the full eye, he doesn't look as tired as if we drew it in the middle and half of it is behind the eyelid. And that's it. Perfect. Now there's another wrinkle, which is a key feature, which is the one that's here in the middle of the forehead, which has the shape of the eyebrows, which is this, but a bit higher. There. Now the lips, this is one of the most characteristic features. Notice that if we set the character in a more side view, let's say these being the eyes, all the lower part protrudes from the face, and the lips follow this curve here, so the lips would be right here, a bit further from where the nose or the eyes are. Then it's like if we saw it from the side and the lip stands out, you know? There's the lips. Then the character, let's follow the line, more or less, around here. We said it was going to be under the lips. And now it can't look like a line because Stanley would lose one of his more characteristic features, which is that he has very thick lips. So over this guideline that we did for the mouth, we'll make a curve, more or less this thick, and the one below it thicker. So something like this, totally exaggerating it. And this one represents the mouth. Now, a bit of a line suggestion here because he has facial expression lines, which are these wrinkles that develop. And the mustache, a basic feature. The mustache is a must. Then we put some strokes over here, more or less here, and the neck. And it would be more or less Stanley's sketch. Well, that's all for this character. The next one will be Emma. So, see you.